What's up, guys? It's your man Big Will, representing Passport Gurus, and I'm about to go over a couple of resources that you can use if you want to pretty much compare the cost of living in any country you want to go to. All right, so that's coming up next. Hey, thanks for clicking on the video. But before we get started, can you do me a favor and hit the like and the subscribe button so we can definitely keep this channel going? And if you get any type of value from this video and you want to keep the channel going monetarily, please feel free to donate to Passport Gurus Cash App. I'll put it on the screen right now and on a link below. Okay. All right. So like an intro, what we're going to go over is a couple of resources to basically gauge the cost of living in pretty much anywhere you want to in the world. So there's two major websites that I've been looking at since I'm going through this whole process. Now, as you can see, I'm not in my normal area. Usually I have like the fake grass behind me, but I've already moved out of my apartment and I've been out for about 3 months now. I'm in 3 weeks and have moved to the next phase of moving to another country. So again, keep in mind that the video is going to be coming pretty soon. It's going to be a pretty big video with a lot of different steps. So that's why I kind of want to take my time, but make sure you hit the subscribe button so you'll be notified when that's coming. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do here, let me go ahead and get to my screen here. We're going to talk about two websites that I'm using that I found that are really helpful. Okay. Let's go here. Okay. All right. So this is the first one. Now I'm probably going to jack up this name. I think it's Numbeo. Don't quote me on that, but Numbeo. That's the first one. The next one is Expatson. I did go to college, okay, just so anyone's wondering, but you know, I've been also trying to learn Spanish, so my whole pronunciation and stuff is all off, so don't hold me to it. But anyway, so just wanted to kind of introduce you guys to these two sites that are being really helpful for me. So when you go to, I think honestly, what I'm liking more is the Numbeo one. I think I just like the interface a lot more than this one here. It just feels a little bit different, but anyway, but you can check the cost of living. You can check the cost of living in comparison, which I think that's what this one is. There's a cost of living calculator, cost of living index, and it's broken down in a lot of different categories, which I like. So for demonstration purposes, we'll go and we'll pick, let's compare a couple cities. Now, bear with me if my internet is running slow. So let's just go ahead and pick, we'll say, let's do cost of living comparison. Okay. Let's check that out. Come on. Okay. All right. So what do we want to live? So we want to live in Cartagena, Colombia. Okay. And let's say we want to compare it to, let's just say Orlando, Florida. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look there. Okay. All right. So here's a cost of living comparison from Cartagena, Colombia to Orlando, Florida. Now you can change the currency here and take it out of pesos and put it in USD. And you can also sign up. I guess you want to get email notifications or whatnot. You could do that, but we're not going to do that. And so basically here, it'll give you a lot of information here, excuse me, of the different costs in comparison. Here it is. Wow, that's a huge difference here. Okay. So it breaks it down. Consumer prices in Orlando. It gives a lot of references right here. It says you need around about $5,438 to live in Orlando. To maintain the same standard of life in Cartagena, you'd only need almost $1,600. So that's like just a rough overview. And then it goes into breaking down the cost for restaurants at an inexpensive restaurant versus living in Cartagena. Like this is $2.49 versus $20. And I believe this is on one person. Yeah, because the next one says 2 people. Excuse me, 1 second. Sorry about that. This is 2 people, and you can see there's a big difference in how big that percentage is alone. I mean, just look at these numbers. I mean, a beer is a 301% markup. Like, wow. Yeah, definitely get your passport, okay? And if you're not moving, go visit a lot of the rest of the world a lot. But anyway, so I really feel like it gives you a really good breakdown of everything. I mean, it even breaks here the different markets from loaves of bread and chicken. I look, chicken costs as much as steak used to cost, you know what I mean, right now with inflation and everything. So, I mean, look at these numbers. I mean, they're unbelievable, the difference in price and just from living. It's amazing. And transportation is the same thing, no different over here. I mean, it's just a no-brainer. Utilities. So it breaks everything up, you know, childcare, sports. It's a really in-depth version of trying to get a real life comparison of where you go, you know, what you're going to possibly be paying. Here's it breaks down the apartment in the city center versus outside the city center. Like it gives you a really good picture. So this is the Numbeo site, and this is numbeo.com. And I'll look at the ex-Patterson one. We'll just do Wichita, Kansas is already here, so we'll just pick that. This one, it seems like it loads a little bit slower. I mean, that could be my internet, but how it breaks it down just a little bit differently. It just says like overall the cost is 46% cheaper than living in Wichita, Kansas, right? And then there's some bar graphs here, a little different way to kind of read the data, but it'll just say food, and you can open these up and they have the difference in what the prices are, kind of similar to the previous site, but I don't know. I'm more of a fan of the previous site as far as kind of getting an idea right away of what the information is on this side here. So we'll just do that. So that's it right there. So let me go ahead and bring it back here. And same. So yeah, and that's pretty much it. I didn't want this video to be long. I just am using these, wanted to share it with you guys. Like I said early in the video, I'm going to do an in-depth video on like I don't know what I'm gonna name it, 25 steps to moving to another country, something like that. But it'll be a really in-depth video of my process after I get there and kind of the things I went along to do to kind of get ultimately down to Colombia. So I'm not going to hold you up anymore. Again, please like, subscribe okay. So anyway, guys, that's the video. Again, please like and subscribe, okay? I'm Big Will, represent Passport Gurus. Peace.